Good evening to all. Welcome to the session. This session is all about how to master important topics related to English language, exam point of view. Today's topic is how to master nouns. Any topic you have to start with a definition. And what is a definition? Simple definition of a noun. A noun is a word that names a person or a thing, either a person or a thing. Very simple definition. Examples: student, Delhi, book, kindness, tiger. All these are nouns. So when you want to master a particular topic, irrespective of the topic, whatever the topic is, do remember you have to first get the concept or definition. When it comes to the definition or the concept, that particular topic, don't go too deep into that. You should always remember they are not looking for grammarians. They want the candidates to be reasonably good at English and they should have the practical knowledge. That is very important. You start with the definition. And my approach of teaching English grammar or the important topics, I take the help of mind maps in brief, in not elaborately, in brief. So every topic, when you want to master a particular topic, today's topic is nouns, you have to have the mind map. Very important. What is this mind map? It is nothing but the important dimensions that go with a particular topic. When it comes to nouns, what is a possible mind map? You have to start with the definition, then you have to learn the types, then you have to know the gender, then you have to know the number, then the case, then noun phrases, noun clauses, and rules. Very important. There are about 20 rules you have to learn when it comes to this particular topic. So, how to master a particular topic? Today's topic is how to master nouns. First, you have to get the definition. After that, in my opinion, this is the most important thing. If you have the mind map that goes with a particular topic, mind map is nothing but the important dimensions related to a particular topic. Here, the topic is noun. Then you know for sure what is there to learn, what is there important, and what is not important, and how many rules are there to learn. For example, as I said, this is the mind map in brief. If you want to add information, definition, there's nothing. No one is going to ask about the definition in the exam. Types of nouns, you have to again make a note. Broadly, we have two types of nouns: proper nouns and common nouns. And when it comes to proper nouns, today you have learned there are four rules, more than four rules, but important ones, four rules. Then common nouns, again, you have to know the different types of common nouns. We have collective nouns, we have abstract nouns. Based on these, again, we have rules. Collective nouns, there are two rules, and abstract nouns, minimum, I'm talking about basic rules, two rules. You should always have the number at your fingertips. Imagine there are two rules here, there are two rules here, and gender, there is one rule. Number, there are six rules. Case, there are three rules. And phrases, there are three rules. Clauses, no rules as such, but miscellaneous rules, at least five rules you have. Now you should have the number at the outset. How many rules minimum? 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 7, that comes to 15, plus 3, 18, 18 plus 3, 21, plus 5, 26. At least you should have the number at the outset. And when you have the mind map, you know, you look at types, you can recollect how many types are there. And you can also recollect two types: proper nouns, common nouns. When you think of proper nouns, again, you make a note the four rules. You will be able to learn well, remember, and you'll be able to recollect. And this approach is extremely useful when it comes to mastering a particular topic. Once you get the mind map, you have to learn the concepts. For example, I have given the definition already. When it comes to types of nouns, we have two types of nouns: proper nouns and common nouns. I said again, common nouns, two types: collective nouns and abstract nouns. When it comes to types of nouns, you should have conceptual clarity. Concepts and examples very important. What is a collective noun? Look at the definition or look at the concept. A collective noun is a name given to persons or things when they are taken together and spoken of as one unit. Examples here, one more thing you have to remember: school grammar or academic grammar is different. This grammar is different. This is grammar from competitive exams point of view. How are they different if you ask me? If you take a school grammar book, collective nouns, you find different examples. No one is going to ask in the exam. Exam point of view, examples for collective nouns: committee, jury, team, staff, group, family. These examples are very important, and this is what we call exam approach. So you have to learn the concepts with examples, very important. Once you learn the concept and you have the examples, then you have to learn the rules. Rules are very important. In the exam, no one is going to ask the concepts, no one is going to ask the definitions. The focus is always on rules. When it comes to grammar, I always tell students 80% questions, error location, sentence improvement, phrase replacement. 80% questions, the questions are based on grammar, and here grammar rules and exceptions. 20% based on common errors. So there's one rule here. What is that rule? You have learned today. A collective noun usually takes a singular verb and a singular pronoun. Example: a team of five Indian scientists has visited the place. A lot of students think scientist plural. Here we have to use a plural verb. No, the subject of the sentence, team, which is a collective noun, there is no division. Based on that, we have to use a singular verb. In the exam, they may give a team of five Indian scientists have visited the place. Then it is not correct. That's how they test your knowledge. And questions, how do they ask the questions based on rules? The jury is still debating the issue. Is this right or wrong? Please answer my question. The jury is still debating the issue. You have just learned one rule. They always take singular verbs and singular pronouns. But another rule, if the sentence talks about division or no unity, lack of unity, then collective nouns take a plural verb and a plural pronoun. Based on that, the jury is still debating. Debate means what? Some people this side, some people that side, for, against. So there is a division. Then we cannot use a singular verb, it has to be a plural verb. The committee is divided in its opinion. Divided here, it talks about division. That means some members, committee members for, some members against. Based on that, here we cannot use a singular verb. It has to be a plural verb. The committee are divided in its opinion. Again, in its opinion is not correct. It should be in there. We have to use a plural pronoun. Coming to how to master nouns, as I said, first you have to learn the definition. Then you have to have the mind map, very important. Then take every dimension that you come across in the mind map, learn the concepts, learn the examples, learn the rules, and get exposed to a few questions. At the end, after all that, your focus should always be on rules. You have to ask yourself, based on this topic, how many rules do I have to learn? You should learn about 20 rules related to nouns. Then comes the question how to remember at the outset 200 rules, but topic wise, if you go, how to master nouns, this particular topic, 20 rules. How to remember the rules. Write 20 rules in brief. Next slide, I will show the example how to write the rules and use mnemonics. Mnemonics means what? Memory techniques. You cannot remember just like that. You have to use memory techniques, mnemonics like codes, abbreviations, acronyms, and focus more on examples. There are two dimensions when it comes to rules. One is the rule itself, you have to learn. For every rule, a few examples are there. A rule is easy to learn, in my opinion, but a lot of examples, then it becomes a problem to remember all those examples. There you have to use mnemonics, and examples are very important. The rules should be at your fingertips, so are the examples. Then practice a lot of questions. Here, practice, computer did not accept. As a verb, we should use a letter S. Practice a lot of questions. When you do follow these steps, you can remember all the 20 rules. But if you don't go in a systematic way, then what happens? Some rules you remember, some rules you may forget. That should not happen. Now, coming to a sample page, rules. How should you write the rules? First, you write the topic, noun, then number related rules. How should you write? There's one rule that goes with numbers. Usually, nouns they have the singular form, they have the plural form. But some nouns they have the same form, singular and plural. This part is very useful, very it saves a lot of time. This is how you have to write the rules. Simply write same form. And here I have written the words. You can just write the letters also. Same form S and P means what? Singular and plural, same form. Then examples deer, sheep, bison, one group because they're land animals. Salmon, cod, trout, types of fish, and offspring, one group you can take. Aircraft, spacecraft, one group. You have three groups. This is how you have to streamline the information you learn, the examples especially. When you try to form groups or streamline the information, it becomes easy for you to remember the examples. Here, when you write the rules, you don't have to write all the words, simply write the letters. Here, same form SNP and DSB, just write the letters. SCTO, write the letters. AS, write the letters. Initially, what happens when you write all these letters, first day you look at the letters, you can recollect. Oh, B for bison, D for deer. But after 1 week, you try to revise, you may wonder some of these. What does the letter T stand for? Then refer your notebook, trout. Like this, 2 or 3 rounds, you may get stuck here and there. But 3 rounds, whenever you look at the rules sheet, write in a notebook or A3 size sheet, you can easily recollect. You will be able to recollect. And once you write all the rules, I usually tell students to write 200 rules, A3 size, A4, double the size A4, A3. You can write all the 200 rules this way. When you write all the 200 rules this way, only the letters, keywords and letters, it becomes so easy for you to revise. Within no time, 200 rules you can revise in maybe 2 hours on the higher side. Within an hour, you can revise 200 rules. All the rules and examples will be at your fingertips. And that helps in the exam. In the exam, what matters, learning rules, one thing, to be able to remember another thing, and the third thing, to be able to recollect, very important, to be able to recollect. When you take the exam, while taking the exam you read a question, within a few seconds you should think of the rule, you should be able to recollect, and you should be able to spot the error. For that you got to practice a lot, and you should have everything at your fingertips. If you follow this approach, I'm sure you will be able to remember all the rules. So I would like to put it in a nutshell. How to master nouns. Learn the definition first. Definition or concept, it should be crystal clear. Then try to get the mind map. Mind map is nothing but the important dimensions that go with a particular topic. Take each dimension, again, you learn the concept, you learn the examples, and you learn the related rules. Very important. Focus on rules all the time. Then you try to practice a lot of questions, and try to write all the rules separately in brief, only the letters, and try to revise the same stuff. And initially, you may get stuck here and there, but after some time, you see the word B, you know it is for bison. You see the letter B, bison. You see the letter S, you know it is for spacecraft. and it gives you immense confidence. Immense confidence. I can give in writing. That's all for today. How to master nouns. Try to follow this approach. This is exam centric and student centric. Easy to learn, easy to remember, easy to recollect. Beyond this, you don't have to go. Every day, one topic. Today it is nouns, tomorrow pronouns, day after tomorrow verbs. As I said, I'm going to touch 100 topics are there. For every topic, I'm going to give the the approach, how to master. And there are topics that go with grammar. There are topics that go with reading comprehension skill, how to master passage, how to master close test, how to master para jumbles. I'm going to touch every topic. I'm not going to leave any stone unturned. And there are topics related to vocabulary. Thank you very much. So that's all for today. Slowly, the time also, now it is about 16 minutes. Slowly, tomorrow I may bring with the approach how to master pronouns. I may ask you a few questions related to nouns, how to master nouns. That way, we will try to spend more time.